Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, please do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified. Come join me on Twitch. The link is down in the description below. Now that we're done with the things that YouTubers have to do to get you to grant them any traction, perhaps we shall have a conversation about Mr. Dave Rubin. Now, I know for a fact that you are used to me doing dissertations, long-winded, excusatory explanations of everything that makes the man, or makes the woman, or the person they are. But perhaps today we can truncate that and just do a small tidbit on the things that Mr. Dave Rubin has said over the past couple of weeks on the internet that might be misconstrued as, I don't know, bad. Now that I am done acting in this terrible accent and making you feel so awkward for watching this, let's jump into it. I'm getting better at that. I really am. I'm getting better at that. I'm making it. All right. So hold up. Biden, we are ready. We have purchased enough vaccines for all children between the ages of 5 and 11 in the United States. Families will be able to sleep easy at night knowing their kids are protected. According to the CDC, 0.002% of children under 18 have died of COVID. So why would we be vaccinating 5-year-olds? Please fact check me. Please fact check me, Twitter. Now, before I even watch the video that he's replying to, because I was already looking at this and I'm trying to. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Okay, anyway, they're fucking wildin'. They're fucking wildin'. Anyway, sorry. Oh God. Okay, so this person made it down here. This person made the point right there. It's like, yo, you're seeing kids dying from this virus regardless. We don't know about long COVID, especially for children. Like, imagine a fucking child getting long COVID. Like, why would we be vaccinating 5-year-olds? Literally, to save the fucking lives of the little children that might die from it. Like, it's like, if you're not gonna die from this, people just like don't care. Like, you think this would be stressing me out. You'd think that this would be stressing me out. I just saw his fucking bio. I can't stand you.
Parents out there are anxiously waiting and outside experts from the CDC. If authorized, we are ready. We have purchased enough vaccines.
Okay, he just said that anyway. Yeah, so please fact check me. Twitter is a fucking call out send. Anyway, honest question: who's making more sense at the moment, Joe Biden or Kyrie Irving?
I had to stop running away from using my voice and using my platform to, speak on what's true and what's mine. Nobody's gonna hijack my voice. Nobody's gonna take the power away from me that I have for speaking on these things. And.
Okay, so remember when everybody was like, shut up and dribble? I know. You have heard that so many times. This argument is not new. Why are we still talking about it in 2021 when I could be spending my time talking about like actual ground issues and how we can fix them? Because this is like the other level that we also need to attack. I hate saying divided front, but like you actually do have to attack this conservative bubble from two angles, because if you try it from one, you end up with Steven Crowder types, people who will just bully you into wanting to like fucking fight them, and then they'll be like, look, you couldn't handle a debate, your emotions, blah blah blah, blah, blah. You really gotta like hone in on who they listen to, so that way you can figure out how to better approach the people who listen to them. Because it's like, I could argue against Steven Crowder, but you're going to be like, nah, bro, that's not true. Nah, bro, that's not true. And it's like, you like research, right? You like research, right? There, let me show you some research.
Don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. You know, people are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect.
Which boils me down to the point that I've always wanted to make about, and I think I made this even greater, and maybe that's why I didn't gain that much traction, a greater point in a video where I said, stay mad about vaccine passports. This idea that you are like altering your body in some way due to this vaccine, the idea that you are somehow doing something that is a major life decision is not the emphasis or weight that it is to you. It is not that big a deal. And when I say it's not that big a deal, I mean the effects, the overall end point of where you will be after you take the vaccine is exactly where you were before you took the vaccine. Except now, if you catch COVID, you are so much less likely to die. That's literally it. If we can get everybody down to a point where they probably won't die, then having COVID spread would not be a fucking issue. It would become the thing you keep comparing it to, which is the flu. And I hate when people still say that, because even the man who peddled that fucking lie was caught on tape saying it's way worse than the flu. This is way worse. This is bad. And that didn't even change your mind. So like, you believe it, even if no one's saying it. So it's not you making a decision about your livelihood. It's you listening to a bunch of bullshit and not being able to decipher why someone would go through all that bullshit. I will go right back to the same point I always fucking make. You remember Plandemic. You remember how all of that turned out to be not true. Why would the rest of it be true? The thing that kickstarted it, where everybody knew, like, Plandemic came out like 2 weeks after fucking everything started getting shut down. They knew what they was doing. Oh, you know, all these, what was that fucking show on Netflix, Containment? All this shit. Oh, it looks like the coronavirus. Oh my God, this is exactly what these people went through. Like,
You know, and I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. You know, what would you do? You know, if you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. You know, this wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it. And, you know, I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, you know, be able to use my talent to continue to, you know, inspire, influence people in the right way. You know, like, putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? You know, like, this is not part of, you know, what's going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, and doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like, I'm just a person who's being utilized as an example. For some odd reason, you know, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS.
and this leads me back to what I just fucking said. You're doing that of your own volition. It's like, oh, it's wrong to say the F slur now? Oh, you're canceling language. I'm gonna say it all the time. Like, you are making the rational, even though it's irrational, you are making the rational decision to put yourself on this side of the conversation. And everyone else who gets vaccinated, no issues, except for like a few, because we did have a panel with somebody who had an issue with the vaccine. And even he's like, that's anecdotal and that's not correlation or causality. I am just a case where I could see someone's point of view, and even I'm still like, get vaccinated.
Like, just hearing the way people speak you know, with so much conviction about what I should be doing in my life, and what, you know, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me. And
oh my God, you're mad about the news cycle literally wrapping around you not wanting to get the vaccine? Please give me a reason. And all of what he said, there was not one reason why you aren't getting it. You just said it's my right. Like, give me the reasons then why you won't. I'm vaccinated, you're not. Like, we're sitting across from each other. What's the difference between me and you? Oh, we don't know the long-term effects. Bro, it's out your body already. It's out your fucking body already. It's out your fucking body. If it's so popular, why not pass a law in Congress as opposed to a Labor Department emergency rule? Rhetorical question. We know why. I just want to see if somebody in the replies got it so I don't have to say it. Mandatory flu jabs, flu, HPV, the list will go on and on. Oh my God. It's like these comment sections be full of morons, bro. When it actually does issue, we will see them in court. OSHA and DL are acting beyond their authority at the behest of a president who just admitted that more and more employers are mandating vaccination for their own. What's the emergency, Joe? Emergency change of subject? What? You don't have to be a Republican, but you cannot be a Democrat if you think America's decent.
You don't have to be a Republican, but you cannot be a Democrat if you think America is decent. And we must get rid of these people and we must fight back.
Why do you not want better health care? Y'all be fighting shit that benefits you, and it kills me, bro. It kills me how if I just got rid of that party and I forced the Democratic Party into a position of a sock dem or even a social, like it would just run like a finite, beautiful machine. All the poor people get to live in rich, luscious spaces, and all the uber rich people get to live in even more lush and luxurious spaces. I just want better living conditions for people who don't have that much money. Like, oh my God. I ever tell y'all, I'm not even going to go into that. I said this wasn't going to be a dissertation. I have this idea about knocking down the projects and replacing them with high rises that people can gain equity off of and sell. Like, oh, I got ideas, bro, but I wouldn't know how to fucking manage that. Anyway.
And I don't know what they think in their heart of hearts, but I know that their actions are destroying the country. So
didn't we just have an insurrection this year? Yo, people forget that shit was 2021. Like, that's not old, bro. We're gonna have a fucking anniversary on 1/6. Oh my God, and people are gonna bring it up again. It's almost been a year since the insurrection. How much shit has happened since that day? I still remember that day so fucking clearly.
At some point, I guess this is the highlight reel on this one. At some point, it's irrelevant. That would be the point. If you keep getting everything wrong, or if the results of your big heart keep destroying things and keep making crime go up, and
so nothing about labor, economics, education, resources, housing, just destroying things and making crime go up.
And keep making communities unsafe and all of those things, and keep making people more depressed and locked at home and all of the problems people have because of all the COVID stuff. Well, then it doesn't matter if you have a big heart.
This country was never in a fucking lockdown, bro. People took it serious for the first 2 weeks, and then they were like, wait a minute, the virus isn't everywhere. Let's go out. And they fucking went out.
Well, here we are in the supermarket. We're standing here with the bare shelves. Look at it. There's absolutely nothing here. The shelf.
He's trying to do the fucking Sarah Cooper bit.
It's a bare. It's empty. It's empty like Sleepy Joe's brain when you think about it. There's absolutely nothing on the shelf. Look at it. Bare shelves all over the place. They say we're building back better, and yet we have nothing in the supermarkets. We're standing with the bare shelves. Bare shelves, Biden, okay? Empty shelves, Joe. It's a disgrace, believe me.
Minus the supply chain issues, which I will not get into in this segment or this episode because that's a lot to unpack, and I'm going to have to pull a Vosh here and be like, I'd have to lay so much groundwork. Let me just go with the obvious retort. When the pandemic started, we had empty shelves. 3 months in, we had empty shelves. 7 months in, we had empty shelves. A year in, we had empty shelves. A year and a half after that, 3 months after that, we had empty shelves, if you remember the big April thing. And now we have it again. So so we ran 6 months. So between the period of 3 to 7 months, we seem to have issues jumpstarting the economy. Maybe that's because since so many more people are feeling emboldened to go outside now, they bought more, which made everyone say we should make more. But because of all the fucking problems that we're having with getting people vaccinated, there aren't enough people to get the more. So they in turn cause their own problem. I'm not watching that whole fucking thing. File this under NBA players who make more sense than Fauci. We can fight COVID and defend freedom simultaneously. But we couldn't fight COVID and Black Lives Matter at the same time. We had to wait. It's clear. Ooh, what the fuck? It's clear Pete Buttigieg was hired because he's gay. After 6 months on the job, he takes 2 months off. That's what we get when cabinet hires are made according to the woke rules of identity politics. Why would you retweet something so controversial yet so brave? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? During the worst supply chain crisis in decades, it's not an attack on the sexuality, it's an attack on the competence of this administration. As if you didn't have a baby. So no maternity leave. No maternity leave for important people. No maternity leave for poor people too. Women, if you have babies, I don't give a shit. Go back to fucking work. Matter of fact, I don't want you slouching around on this fucking house either. Clean the dishes. I need my dinner cooked because I'm making the money while you sitting at home doing nothing. I'm taking care of the baby. It's really stressful. They shit and they poop and eat. How stressful could that be? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like men think that way. A friend of mine will tell me right now if I said this out loud. If I ever thought that way, I would literally I'm doing it now and it's not because it's cold in here. I literally seize up at the thought of even saying something like that out loud as a joke. Even if the joke is that point and it needs to be delivered that way and it gets a great... you know what I mean? It's just that vocabulary. How can you mentally process that thought and be that's what I should say to women. That's where women belong. We had a whole thing on women in the kitchen. Oh my God. Every woman should have just started throwing drinks in people's faces. The fuck is wrong with you? Every single word here is. I will end the segment on this because I think I've gone too long. 18 minutes. Yeah, I don't. This is getting the dissertation length. So we're gonna watch this last one. Every single word here is a distortion of truth at best, and outright lie at worst. Their obvious and endless deceit is the fastest acting red pill. But is there enough time to save the patient?
Unemployment claims fell to another pre-pandemic low, down below 300,000 for the first time in almost 20 months.
That is also because a lot of people got kicked off unemployment randomly. I did as well. There's shit to be talked about there, and I will do a segment on that in the very near future. Unemployment and why you're an asshole part 3 for those of you who were on Facebook before and saw my videos.
The 4-week average similarly fell to a new low, down nearly 60% from when President Biden took office. This is a testament to the progress we've made on the economy, thanks to President Biden's success in getting Americans vaccinated and getting economic relief to the middle class. The week...
stroking your own ego there, you're not really caring, but give it to you. I saw some people, that's 600 help.
Before the president took office, just to give you a few points of reference, jobless claims were at nearly 900,000. Now they're down to 293,000. We've created nearly 5 million jobs in 8 months. That's 600,000 new jobs every month on average, 10 times the rate we inherited. Growth is up, wages are up, and our unemployment rate is down below 5%, 18 months faster than forecasters predicted earlier.
So apparently all the people losing their jobs is in unemployment, which I'm glad somebody already commented. Unemployment would be losing your job through no fault of your own. That other shit is called quitting. Obviously, if you fire unvaccinated people and refuse them unemployment compensation, your vaccinated job numbers are going to look very good. To qualify for unemployment insurance benefits, you must have worked and earned enough wages and covered employment. In New York State, employers pay contributions that fund unemployment insurance. You must file an unemployment insurance claim to find out if you're eligible to work. You must be ready, willing, and able to work and actively looking for work during each week you are claiming benefits. If you are not traditionally eligible for unemployment benefits, self-employed, and blah, 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 you are not able to work as you may be eligible through PUA. You will not be eligible to be a teleworker receiving paid sick leave or other paid benefits regarding of frequently asked questions. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It's hard to show you without going into it because they do the whole thing there. They do the whole instruction thing while you're inside, and I don't have that off the top of my head, and I'm not logging into my unemployment on fucking stream. Let me see. They just let you know if you're... Damn, just give me an answer. There's got to be a thread somewhere. This is how I get stunlocked at the end of a segment. Workers who leave their jobs for personal reasons or who are fired may not be eligible for unemployment insurance benefits. Okay, that's in New Jersey. If you quit voluntarily. If you quit your job without good cause connected with the work, you may not be eligible. Good cause connected to the work means that your reason for leaving must be directly related to your job and be so compelling that you had no choice but to leave the job. Well, in most cases, you cannot voluntarily quit a job and collect unemployment insurance benefits where you can show unsafe that was so tolerable you had no choice. You can be eligible. The burden of proof is on you, the employee, to prove that you're quitting for good cause. If you leave your job for personal reasons, for example, to move out of the area, your reason for quitting is not connected with the work. If you quit your job for better pay or more hours, you may be eligible for benefits under certain circumstances. Yeah, you'll have to do that. However, if leaving your job was related to domestic violence, okay, that's if you're fired or discharged from your job, you may not be eligible for benefits. A claims examiner would say any misconduct connected to your separation, misconduct and gross misconduct, misconduct disqualification would begin the week your firing or suspension occurred, including the next 5 weeks. If you were fired for any reason that's serious enough to be seen a crime of the first or second degree or fourth degree, you may be disqualified from collecting benefits indefinitely. Okay, so yeah. In other words, to end this beautiful segment, because now we're talking about unemployment. Sis, it's not the time. Get the shot. Fuck Dave Rubin. Simple.